right, folks. So today is a video of my own field. As you can see, the art of copywriting. And today I will discuss of the places where copywriting. Wait, hold on. Why is this not working? Sorry. Yep. Okay, so the places where copywriting is seen in play mostly. And this section was discussed by me in our webinar, in the webinar of REFRSH. And the webinar was fun. So let's get into it. So I first took out LinkedIn copies. Okay, the guy is Justin Overman. I like his copies that he write on LinkedIn. And as you can see, he starts off with a very specific point of copywriting. He starts with a problem, a conflict. Okay, and this was also discussed in our webinar and in my recent LinkedIn posts. You can check it out. I'll leave it in the description. So the reason why a copy strikes good is that if it starts the conflict. In 1952, a small agency in Chicago had a problem. What was the problem? You're asking to yourself. Their client Kellogg's wanted a character for the new cereal, Sugar Frosted Flakes. All right, they're struck with a conflict. They have a problem. They want a new character for the cereal. And they had different animals in the option. The kangaroo, the Elmo, the Nuit, right? So they had three, and also the rule of three. It's for a different video. I'll explain for later. But they have three options, but nobody could agree which one is the best. So Kellogg's decided to test all three. Okay, they went for A/B testing. A/B test. At the last minute, Eugene was sketching random animals for another project when he drew tiger and a neckerchief. What neckerchief? All right. His cooperating partner, Martin, will say that, okay, the tiger who likes to cereal. Okay, the tiger that looks like he could cereal. That tiger looks like he could sell cereal. Important point. They added for Tony the Tiger. They got a character. They got their brand mascot. So the kids love it, and they got succeed. What was that? They succeeded. All right. They had their mascot. They succeeded eventually, and the more distinct the brand is, the product. All right. They succeeded was the main point. Yes. The copy went through 3 stages. Okay. One was this. Step 1, the conflict. Another was this, the whole figuring out the problem. And the other was this. They got something in return. All right, they succeeded. So the next one is one of my copies. And note that my LinkedIn profile is still new. And based on that information, it's doing quite well. And this, as you can see, I started with 2 words only. This is inspired from Joseph Sugarman, writing short intros or hooks. I love that. That's my thing. And I started off with a problem, also a conflict. As you can see, the hook is a conflict itself. Cancer copies, it strikes an emotion. That's what I aim for. Advertising tobacco is banned by who? It's a big conflict, which is no. Websites are blocked, but how does they still convert? I stroke a question to the audience. I had no clue how tobacco brands still get people to buy. See, I'm confused. The hero in the copy is confused, which is me. So I had to start from the basics, Google plus AI. What are the famous brands? Camel and Marlboro. What are their websites like? Blocked. Websites copy? None, because they don't have any. It's blocked. Who are they targeting? Or should I say, what are they targeting? Right? The reason why I said this was what are they targeting? Was who are they targeting, or should I say what are they targeting? Maybe I I really forgot the whole aim with this what are they targeting point, but maybe it was something interesting. So I was hitting a wall, I was confused, I didn't know what to do. So I took a decision. All right, I took a step. As you can see, the first part of the copy was conflict. It's done. First part. Then I decided to take a step, or decided to take on a process, which was one AI's take and my take combined. I'll get something in return. Okay, something, I don't know what it is, but AI's take was they don't sell, they reinforce. They aren't trying to pursue new smokers to start. It's trying to reinforce the identity they've already built. Okay, that's great. My take was I thought they would only target the addicts, because I've seen my friends and they would smoke any brand. Literally, they would smoke any brand, Camel or whatever they had. They just needed a smoke. But then again, you would have to be a fan of something, right? Yeah, of course, you like the whole DC, you like the whole Marvel thing, but you're eventually a fan of someone, right? I'm a fan of Batman from DC, and from Marvel, I like Iron Man. That's the obvious. So the conclusion for this part, what they're really buying isn't the cigarette. It's the feeling, the bold masculine identity it projects. That's what they were buying. That's what I came to conclusion, that they're buying the feeling, the emotion, not the product, not any brand. So second part was the image. Marlboro advertised identity and they nailed it, which they did. As you can see, they stuck their logo with Ferrari as it goes perfectly. Marlboro's brand identity and and Ferrari's brand identity is very identical, and they go hand in hand like a PB&J combo. Yes, both goes hand in hand with their brand identity. Marlboro speaks manliness, and Ferrari is all about speed, and men effing love speed, which we do. I personally love speed. I love fast motorbikes. I love fast cars, but I hate those bungee jumping thing in uh the those fun places. I'm forgetting words, but yes, you get the point. I love speed, and I love roller coasters, which involves speed. Now that still didn't cut it. I had to read a few copies to satisfy my curiosity, and it didn't take me more than 2 copies to crack the code. So as you can see, the first part was done. The second part was this whole thing. Okay, the process. I'm going through a struggle, and later, after that struggle, I figured out something, and that's a story. Those kind of stories are interesting to read, and it is quite often seen in trilogies like the Dark Knight trilogy or the Lord of the Rings. Those are fun to watch. The first part, they don't know what they're dealing with. They have zero clue. The conflict starts. And on the second movie, they're going through a process or going through struggles to get to that third part where they succeed eventually. And it's quite clearly seen in the Lord of the Rings, which is good to watch, which is fun to watch. And this got me 6 likes and impressions were good. So I picked this post. It's one of my favorite posts, and I loved writing it. I enjoyed writing it. So I'll talk about these later. It's a bad image. So yes, that's how I write a LinkedIn post. And for this guy, is one of my favorite. This guy is one of my favorites, and of course he's Alex Hormozi. In his copy, there is no copy. The guy himself is the copy. So I chose this just to say that part. And if you like Alex Hormozi, sure, go ahead, post a pic of yourself and just write 2 lines. You'll get 2K plus likes. All right, there you have it. For the next part, it's gonna be a long video. You can skip, or you can, I don't know, quit. I don't know, maybe. Okay, so one of these are from the Joseph Sugarman's JSNA copies, which was from a newsletter. Obviously, this was his one of the biggest product that he launched. Not launched, that he advertised, was the sunglasses, the Blue Rockers, the Blue Rock maybe. Yes. So the interesting points about his copies are that, as you can see, the hooks, the heading H1 or whatever you say, are very, very, very short, which is 2 words: vision breakthrough. That's it. Absolute cinema. And he starts off with a story. When I put on the pair of glasses, what I saw I could not believe, nor will you. It's curiosity. He's creating curiosity at its finest. They look like sunglasses. See, a subtle, I would say humor or sarcasm. So he starts off with a story. I'll tell you a true story. All right. People love the genuineness, and they love real in a story. They love realism in a story, which is good. You should keep it real. So he continues with the story, and as you can see, I'm not going to go through the whole copy of this one. You can read it. Search for the Vision Breakthrough JSNA copy. You'll get it. I'm sorry for that. That'll be a very long video. I don't want to bore you with that. And his headings are not just headings, they are a part of the paragraphs. So if you read from here, but what did this product do that made my vision so much better? I found out: depressing color. The perception sunglasses, there is no break. See, the story continues. The stories in his copy continued no matter what. No matter if it was a heading or a break or a paragraph break, anything, it continued. So same goes for here. Dramatic disappearance. All those headings are short, fun to read, and it actually describes what the whole copy is about. All right. So this goes one. And the second was this copy. I found it while researching about the cancer copy for the LinkedIn post. So DiMaggio's Mighty Swing. As you can see, that's the heading. That's the H1 of this copy of this newsletter. Now, mind it, this is an ad from Camel, and at that time, DiMaggio's swing was the fastest swing of his generation. He was the guy, right? So that's it. So throughout the entire copy, all they talked about was DiMaggio's fast swings, DiMaggio waits, sizing up the pitch, eyes on the ball. He starts that devastating swing, the swing, squarely, again the 3, solidly, powerfully, bat meets ball. The next, with his eyes still focused on the batted ball, Joe follows through in a tremendous release of driving power. And the whole swing, as you can see, a remarkable series of, okay. So, and this guy, who was the baseball player at that moment, says that I smoked Camel for 8 years. They have mildness and stuff like that. All the copies talking about DiMaggio's fast swings, and he smoked Camel for 8 years. That's it. And this, yeah, you read that later on in the copy. But what you see is this, the starting point, the hook, and this, the huge, bold claim that this guy is making. Now, it's fascinating. Now, stay with me. There are more fascinating stuff. Now let's get to more modern day. Let's dive into the modern era. Apple. You always buy Apple products, but do you really see how the copy of the website is structured? You don't. I didn't, so I don't think you did. But if you did, hey, good for you. So when I started to dive into the copy of the website, and I was truly amazed, and I'm not glazing them, but I was really, really blown back by their copywriting skills. Look at this. The first, this is the hero for now on their website. Buy Mac or iPad for college with education savings. That's it. Choose AirPods or an eligible accessory shop. A CTA. That's it. A hook, a solution, and again the product, CTA. So hook, solution. They know students are students love to buy Apple products, but they're having trouble to buy Apple products due to their money. They give a solution. All right, and it's a product, and a CTA. That's it. That's their copy. Next one, MacBook Air. Okay, the hook, sky blue color, sky high performance with M4. That's it. The heading, H1, H2, CTA. That is it. Built for Apple Intelligence. I don't know what it is. They know what it is, but I'm here for the Mac. That's it. So again, as we scroll down, iPhone, H1. It's you can see this pattern throughout their whole website. The copy is repeated throughout the whole website. Mid the iPhone 16 family, H2, a CTA. CTA. That's it. That's it. iPhone, mid the iPhone 16 family, CTA. Learn more, shop iPhone. And as you can see, they're not coloring this blue on the shop iPhone button, right? It's on the learn more. They want you to buy it, but they want you to know it first, which you don't. Obviously, you buy that shit anyways. All right, now for the iPad Pro, same. iPad Pro, heading, H2, CTA, watch, instant classic. All right, what a copy. As you can see, Apple, the logo speaks for itself. Watch, brilliant. Series 10, CTA, AirPods Pro 2, now with a hearing aid feature, new feature, CTA, MacBook Pro, a work of smart. So you're telling me if I don't buy a MacBook, I'm not smart? Whoa, I'm gonna buy a MacBook. All right, that's what they're provoking in your head, the product. Okay, so yeah, trading option, can trade in their products, the Apple Card. That's it, the copy's over. Voila, that was the magic of Apple's website. But there are more. I picked out more for the video. Let me remove it. Of course, McDonald's. So the other day I was talking about this in my webinar. As I said, as I mentioned before, I was truly sucked in these copies, these ads, these billboard ads, the creativity in it. All right, so I'll break it down to you bit by brick. I'll break down the copy brick by brick. And as you can see, you can literally use anything as your copy. In here, McDonald's used temperature. Okay, let me pick a white color. Yes, they picked temperature as their copy. And for this one, they picked time. So it's 102 °C. Reasons to refresh yourself. So where do you get refreshed from? McDonald's. That's it. It's 2:04, but McDonald's is still open. They're 24/7 service. And this one, they're using direction. Let me change the color. They're using direction on your left. Oops. Okay. All right. My bad. They're using on your left. Their arch, the McDonald's arch for directions. So I'm guessing it was in a highway, so you can turn left. That was their branch of McDonald's. And for this, oh, I love this one especially. Look at it. They're telling you, they're making you imagine how big the Mac is. Get it? Big the Mac. Big Mac. How big the Big Mac is, that they don't need just one billboard, they need two, and still it's not enough to fit in that freaking Big Mac in one frame. That's huge. And in this one, of course, they're using distance, 300 meters, 90 meters. It's just short copies, very, very, very short copies. That's what I love. Short copies. See, it's here. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. And next is, of course, again, McDonald's. This was their campaigns. Few from the campaigns I'll talk about. Wait, let me pick the color. All right. So this was the campaign for Uber Eats. So delivery of favorite dishes in your house, and they chose the French fries as a human leg to perceive the idea that you're going to get your foods delivered on your doorsteps, and McDonald's is partnered with them, or you can order from Uber Eats. Now this was a very short copy. Fuel up, feel good. Fuel up with Coca-Cola, with McDonald's, you feel good. They're making you think that you'll feel better only from McDonald's. The obvious Wolverine campaign. And yes, when McDonald's mobile came in, they gave this ad. Of course, it's easy to spot in a burger and a French fries. So mobile ordering is here, same for here. That's it, the copy is over. And mega companies or brands like McDonald's, they really focus their heart and soul trying to make their products distinguishable from a very far away. And you can tell by the look of it, it's from McDonald's or it's from KFC or stuff like that. They spend hours analyzing, doing research on how to make their product noticeable from a far away, right? Like even from the first look, you can tell it's a burger and these are French fries. You don't have to read the copies, right? You don't really need to read the copy. You read the copy on the second look. That's what I did too. Now for the next part is Nike. Okay, Nike. Not my favorite, but I had to talk about them. I had to. Okay. So these were runners. All right. These were runners. These are runner shoes. And guess what Nike wrote only? Smoke them. Smoke them. Oh, what do you mean by that? Smoke them. Like, run faster than them. Run faster than your enemies, your ops, your opponents, using Nike, using us. Smoke them. And smoke them is a term that you use to mean that you can outrun them, you can beat them, you can defeat them. That's it. Smoke them. And this perfectly fits with the product. These are runner shoes. And this was one of the greatest ads, not the greatest, but I found it very interesting because all they did here was make this poor kid, not poor, make this kid walk towards the frame. That's it. The frame was still. Mind it. Watch the video. Search Nike run ads, kid running ad. I don't know. Just do your research and search. Use your brain powers. But the frame was still. The camera was still, and all the kid did was run up to the camera. That's it. Find your greatness. That's over. That's it. The video, the ad speaks for itself, speaks for the product. That's what their aim was with this one. Okay, now this is one of my favorites. This is our gym. So what is Nike trying to explain with this copy? That you don't need gym, you don't have to be in a gym to exercise using Nike. You can just get out, go on the wild and run using us. That's it. Wearing our shoes. That was it. 4 women running on the bridge. I don't know what bridge it is, but yeah, they're running. Of course, it explains for itself. They keep you alive. Meaning, I think these are jogger shoes, maybe, right? So what they're trying to explain with this one is running keeps you healthy, and being healthy is what makes you alive, will keep you alive. So being healthy keeps you alive, but then again, use Nike to feel alive, so you can stay alive and you can stay healthy. You see where I'm going with it? Yep, that was Nike's plan. And another part is my favorite. This has a little bit of backstory, so I'll share the points first, then the story, or you know what? I'll say the story first. So when I first started as a copywriter, I really didn't want to start as a copywriter. All right, I had no goal, no plans, nada, nothing. All right, I had no clue that I'd be a copywriter myself. But God has His ways. Bless the Lord Jesus Christ. Oh, okay. Praise the Lord Jesus Christ. I'm blessing God. Okay, that's great. Anyways, so so with His blessings, with His grace, I came across this Just Do It campaign, and it blew my mind. I was blown out of my mind that the Just Do It campaign brought them $9.2 billion of revenue. That's a billion with a B. Yes, from 88 to 98. Poof, 10 years of crazy revenue just from 3 words. Just do it. That's it. And the Nike stripe. Wow. That itself is crazy. Yeah, it is crazy. It is crazy. And even this dot, even this full stop, even this period itself is part of the copy, and I cannot stop glazing it enough. Yeah, the copy is funny. The man standing on a cliff saying "just do it." I don't know. Anyways, YouTube will strike me for that. But anyways, you get the point. It's incredible. It's totally incredible, and I am not sponsored by Nike to glaze them this much, but crazy. 3 words, $9.2 billion, provoking such emotion towards the reader, towards the viewer, towards the prospects. It drove action. That's what copies should do. Your copy should drive emotion. It should drive feelings in your viewers, in your readers, in your prospects, that and the action would be buying your products. That's when you know you succeeded as a copywriter, right? That's what I believe in. If I can make you guys move and do something in return of my words and my copies, that's That's success as a copywriter. I succeeded as a copywriter. If I do that, that would be great. But yeah, that is it for today. Take care. God bless. Peace. May the Lord Jesus Christ bless you, and hope you come to believe in him as I do. Peace.